Hello learners, welcome to NI Studio. This is live PCP program for environmental science for E-Vidya program. In our previous programs, learners, we have already discussed about water and energy are required for survival of all organisms including humans, and there is a need for the time because growing population, due to growing population, there is a shortage of water and energy which limits growth and development. Human beings through over-exploitation of these resources have made these scarce. We polluted the natural water bodies, and due to pollution, the water of these bodies we are not using, or it not usable for any living organisms. The problem of growing shortage of those two essential resources can be solved through their wise use and effective conservation if we do the same. Water conservation encompasses the policies and activities made to manage fresh water as a sustainable resource and to meet the need of current and the future human demands. And other way we can say energy conservation refers to reducing energy consumption through using less energy devices. So I am Nilam Gupta, course coordinator of environmental science. Welcome you all in this program. So look at the picture. We are trying to save water as energy for better future, to save our earth. So objective of this program is the factors which are responsible for increasing water demand and what are the various methods for water conservation. Next we discuss about management of water resources and some government action like National River Conservation Plan. Next we will discuss use of energy by the society and different types of energy, which includes conventional and non-conventional sources of energy. How do we improve energy efficiency in our home, workplace, transport as well as industry, and what are the major energy conservation programs are coming in, और कह सकते हैं कि चल रहे हैं हमारे यहाँ इंडिया में, भारत में कौन कौन से हैं, उनके बारे में हम बात करेंगे कि सरकार की तरफ से इसमें क्या कंट्रीब्यूशन किया गया है. So we all know our earth is covered with water, or nearly 3/4 of the earth part is covered with water, but we also know this thing कि only 1% of the water is fresh water, and this water is usable for living organisms including us. Through water cycle, throughout the year, everywhere it is being conserved, overused, and some of it's wasted too. So it's a need for time or demand of the time that we should conserve water because it has become very necessary. We all know water is a natural resource, it is indispensable, and as no life can exist without water, and water is also a renewable and reusable source of nature. You see hydrological cycle. When we talk about ecosystem, we also discuss hydrological cycle. Now let us sum up. Water cycle, can also known as hydrological cycle, is the journey water takes as it circulates from land to sky and back again. The sun's heat energy provides to water to evaporate from the earth's surface. Plants are also lost water to the air called transpiration. So according to UN, nearly 2025, almost 2/3 of the world population will be facing shortage of potable water, and so we have to devise methods of conserving water. So now we will discuss about the factors which are responsible for increasing water demand. There can be rising demand due to growing population, expansion of irrigation, increasing demand by industry, increasing water use due to changing lifestyle. Now we will discuss little bit in detail. First, we are talking about India. So population of India is 3 times since independence. Now it estimated population is 145 crores. Due to this, the demand of water has also increased because a number of person is being increased. So everybody knows we need water for drinking, bathing, training, flushing, domestic use, irrigation, industries, and many more. So second factor is expansion of irrigation. We know we have large number of population, and we also know India is an agriculture country. So hence plenty of water is need for irrigation. And reason for which increasing demand of irrigation, there are various factors such as regional and seasonal variation in the distribution of rainfall, uncertainty of rainy season, changing cropping pattern, and growing demand for water for commercial crops. Around 80 to 90% of total water is used for irrigation, and remaining is used for domestic, industrial, and other purposes. So there has been a rapid increase in the irrigative area in India since independence because we have large number of our population. So how can we conserve water from irrigation? So since some irrigation technologies can greatly reduce water demand, and based on field we can take low pressure sprinkles and micro irrigation for saving water. However, many of the world's poor farmers cannot afford these modern techniques for irrigation efficiently, so instead they use low cost traditional methods. Third factor is increasing industrial use of water. So we all know many industries used water. They can be agro-based industries, mineral-based industries, and other industries too. The water is needed in large amount during the production processes or as heat exchanger for cooling various machines parts which get heated up. जब वो मशीन चलती है तो मशीन को गर्म हो जाती है, उसको ठंडा करने के लिए भी वाटर की ज़रूरत होती है. प्रोडक्शन किसी चीज़ को हम बना रहे हैं तो उसके प्रोडक्शन के लिए भी पानी की ज़रूरत होती है. पावर प्लांट्स में भी वाटर को जो यूज़ किया जाता है वो पावर सोर्स के साथ साथ एक कूलिंग एजेंट की तरह से भी इस्तेमाल किया जाता है. Oil and oil refineries industries use water in various chemical processes, and now we will discuss another factor, that is changing lifestyle. We know lifestyle of people now has changed. Large number of attractive appliances, gadgets, and fittings for kitchens and bathrooms are available in the market, and taps and showers are designed in such a way that large amount of water come out when they are turned on. Washing machine and dishwasher also use large amount of water. Lots of water is used for recreational purposes like water park and swimming pool and many other things. Most of the sports or games require huge quantity of water. Water in the reservoirs are used for recreational purposes like boating and swimming. Golf courses use excessive amount of water for its maintenance. Private public gardens to require water for their maintenance. So now we need to conserve water. We all know we receive second highest rainfall in the world, first being Brazil, but much less rainwater infiltrates the soil or is retained to increase water table. Sizable amount of water is drained as runoff draining into sea. So there is a map of India, which shows 54% of the Indian part is highly extreme, faces high to extremely high water stress. So there are different, you are seeing various part of the India. Extremely high scarce of water is in the Rajasthan, Gujarat, whereas we when see north of the state water scarcity is lowest. How can we conserve water? By some methods we can conserve water, like recharging of groundwater, reforestation, recycling of water, reuse of wastewater, water harvesting are the methods. So look at this flow chart. All methods are presented here: reforestation, recycling of water, reuse of wastewater, recharging of groundwater and water harvesting. Now we will talk about in details like reforestation. So there is a continuous interchange of moisture between earth and atmosphere. We know that is known as hydrological cycle. So first we will talk about reforestation for conserving methods. Movement of water through the hydrological cycle has a major influence on rainfall distribution. We know plant plays an important role in the cycle through the process of transpiration. Forests also play an important role in maintaining water balance in the soil and atmosphere. Forests also play a protective function and conserve soil and water too. Forests also provide major ecological services like support energy flow and chemical cycling, reduce soil erosion, absorb and release water, purify water and air. They influence local and regional climates too. They store atmospheric carbon and they maintain carbon sink too. Also, cutting down forest reduces the ecological services provided by the forest, and it can lead to regional and global climate change. What is reforestation? Is a process of planting of trees on the deforested area or of increased tree cover from regrowth and planting of tree. It increases soil fertility by preserving soil erosion, prevents runoff of eroded soil into aquatic system and prevents flooding. So we can say reforestation plays a major role in conservation of water. You can see the area which is deforested before right hand side figure, and after reforested plantation, after plantation, that is, you can see before 2008 the land is a barren area, and after 2014 this is reforested and we can planted so many plants and get forest, cover forest area. Second step is recycling of water. So we know wastewater sources from either from industrial area or domestic area, and these wastewater can be used for irrigation, recharging groundwater, and even for industrial and municipal use after proper treatment. Agricultural land close to cities can be irrigated with municipal wastewater. Household level recycled grey water can be put to various uses to reduce pure water requirement, and fresh water or pure water after use in bath or shower can be used for watering plant too. Look at the figure, that is how grey water system works. So wastewater reuse or recycling allows reuse of grey water for flushing toilet or watering gardens. Grey water in all wastewater generated in household or office buildings from stream without fecal contamination, means all stream except for the wastewater from toilets. Sources of grey water can be showers, bathing, washing machine or dishwasher. So now next we will talk about reuse of wastewater. We know wastewater contains lots of nutrients, and these nutrients may help in the growth of plant when this water is used for irrigation. Reuse of wastewater occurs most effectively with on-site or small treatment system. Next step is water harvesting, and water harvesting means is a collection of rainwater that falls on a house or around any building, or then putting it to use later on, or simply replenishing the groundwater by allowing the water to reach underground. This is ancient method, and this ancient method of water management including capturing of water from swollen stream and rivers during monsoon season and storing it in various forms of water bodies can also be done. How can we recharge groundwater? We know available groundwater is about 13 to 20 times as much as water available on surface. Groundwater consists of water contained in the soil or aquifer. Flood water may be injected into aquifers through series of deep pits, ditches. And how can groundwater recharge? This is a figure. Small reservoirs and percolation tanks can be dug to hold runoff water, recharging groundwater, stream water, used water, domestic municipal drains can be fed into pits, drainage depressions to be filtered and percolated through the soil for recharging groundwater. Desiltation of canals and tanks should be done regularly. Pre-monsoon tillage of field help to conserve soil moisture, and groundwater recharge or deep drainage or deep percolation is a hydrological process where water moves downwards from surface water to groundwater. So this is the process. Recharge is a primary method through which water enters an aquifer. This process usually occurs in the zone below plant roots and is often expressed as a flux to the water table surface. Recharge occurs both naturally and through processes where rainwater or the reclaimed water is routed to the subsurface. Now we will talk about management of water resources. For effective management and conservation of water, we can take two strategies. First, reduction in loss and wastage of water, and second, removal of pollutants to transform polluted water into usable form. Reduction in wastage of water can be best achieved by launching awareness campaign for the conservation of water through different media such as newspaper, radio, television, and other ways would be organized short plays, street plays or lectures. And any agency, either government or NGO or any otherwise responsible for water meter and charging of water should be make a point to install effective water meter and decide to charge a rate which will force the public to reduce use of municipal water. Environmental protection agencies estimate that metering alone can reduce consumption by 20 to 40%. Tap, shower flow restrictor and low volume toilet flushes can help in reducing water use. Raw water flushing, where toilets use sea water or non-purified water. Any leak in water pipes and faucets should be detected and repaired immediately. Lawns and gardens should be watered early in the morning or late in the evening because transpiration rate is low that time, so water loss is also reduced. Rainwater is a major source of water for irrigation, for agricultural field in our country, and also for recharging the groundwater. Rainfall in restricted area. Rainfall is restricted to the 3 months or 40 days in a year. 4. Rainwater should be stored and used of groundwater should be well planned, as groundwater is a renewable water source and gets replenished by natural processes of recharge. Second, removal of pollutants to transform polluted water into usable form. If we do wastewater in proper treatment, then proper treatment of domestic and municipal wastewater, which is rich in organic matter and pathogens, are also help to conserve water. Treatment ensure for removal of pollutants, germs and toxic elements too. Aquatic water plants like water hyacinth, growing algae or floating masses of also help in cleaning the water polluted by absorbing phosphates, nitrates and other nutrients, and these plants can be harvested for producing biogas. Now we talk about the river action plan or national river conservation plan. We know there are several rivers in India such as Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, Bhagirathi, Kaveri, Krishna, Narmada. There are so many, and most of the Indian rivers are polluted and their water over large stretches are unfit for human use. River pollution is mostly from discharge of effluent by industries or cities developing along river courses and from bathing, washing clothes and throwing garbage in the river. To clean up these rivers, massive action plans have been launched by the Government of India. There are two important plans, Ganga Action Plan and Yamuna Action Plan. First we will talk about Ganga Action Plan. We know Ganga is the largest Indian river. It is 2,510 km long and an average flow rate of 14,270 meter cube per second. The major cause of the Ganga water pollution is unrestricted discharge of untreated sewage and industrial effluent all along its courses. Ganga Action Plan is an ambitious and first of its kind river cleaning project. It was launched by Government of India on 14th January 1986 to improve the water quality by diversion and treatment of domestic sewage. The objective of the Ganga Action Plan are to control of pollution from agricultural runoff, human defecation, cattle wallowing and throwing of unburnt and half-burnt bodies into the river. Research and development to conserve the biotic diversity of the river, development of new technology of sewage treatment. Second plan is Yamuna Action Plan. It was implemented in April 1993. Ganga Action Plan is a bilateral project between the Government of India and Japan. Yamuna is a major tributary of the river Ganga. This river travels a total number of distances 1,376 kilometers, crossing several northern Indian states like Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana and Delhi. Yamuna Action Plan aims to cleaning and conserving water of the Yamuna by removing pollutants from it. So, under Yamuna Action Plan, the most critical stretches of Yamuna have been taken into consideration, especially in the Delhi stretch, where the city dumps more than 58% of the total sewage. So, we will take a short break. After break, we will continue this discussion.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
संसाधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा और परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर। दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात,
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने।
When we are taking a break, we were talking about water conservation, where we covered factor responsible for increasing water demand, management of water resources, and government initiative in the form of Ganga Action Plan and Yamuna Action Plan. Now we will talk about energy conservation. We know energy is defined as capacity to do work, and energy can be transformed from one form to another form, and moreover we know energy cannot be created or destroyed and cannot be recycled. So sources of energy may be renewable and non-renewable. So what are the use of energy in our society? So we know human beings and all other living organisms require energy for their activity and physiological processes. Living organisms obtain this energy from their food and is stored in the form of ATP, means adenosine triphosphate. In nature, we know ultimate source of energy is sun. During the transfer of energy through food chain, some energy is always lost as heat. So apart from energy required for life processes, human need energy for carrying out various activities that make his life comfortable. Heat or electrical energy is required for cooking. Electricity is required for running various appliances like fan, TV, cooler, AC, refrigerator and many other appliances. So fuel like petrol or diesel or CNG is required in transport vehicles. Energy in the form of electric energy is required for pumping water up the multi-story buildings and various industrial processes that ultimately result in the manufacture of different kinds of goods. And energy is also required in the agriculture field for various purposes like irrigation, running tractors and other farm machines, spraying pesticides too. So there is a pie chart for total world energy consumption. This is, we know there are fossil fuels which is 80%, 86%, renewable energy 16.7%, nuclear energy 2.7%, biomass heat 11.4%, solar hot water 0.1%, geothermal energy or 0.12%, hydropower 3.34%, ethanol 0.5%, biomass in electricity 0.28%, wind power 5.1%, geothermal electricity 0.07%, solar voltaic power is 0.06%. So this is a pie chart which represents total world energy consumption by source. So now we will talk about what is conventional energy and non-conventional sources of energy. Conventional sources of energy are fossil fuels. It includes coal, petroleum and oil. They are limited and non-renewable. Fossils are remains of organisms that lived in the past, and fossil fuels are plants that got buried under the earth that become rocks over the years, and fossil fuels have to be unearthed from mines. About 70% of the India's total energy generation capacity is from the capacity in the form of received from fossil fuels, which coal accounting for 40%, followed by crude oil and natural gas by 24% and 6% respectively. Types of fossil fuels are coal, oil and petroleum. What is coal? Is a solid. It is mined and then transported in trucks and trains. In our country, coal mines are found in Raniganj, Zaria and Dhanbad in Jharkhand. Oil is a liquid in the form which is pumped out from the ground after drilling a well. It is sent to faraway places in oil tankers and pipelines. Oil is used in automobiles and airplanes. In India, oil is found along the west coast and the Digboi oil field, Assam. Natural gas, it is a mixture of different gases. The gas which are used for cooking, which is come from the cylinder, is LPG or liquefied petroleum gas. CNG is used in public transport vehicles. Till about 5 or 6 decades ago, there were no worry about the exhaustion of fossil fuels, which are non-renewable resources, but with increased population and increased consumption of fossil fuel, it became necessary to look for alternative non-conventional resources, energy, and they could be solar energy, wind energy, hydropower, tidal energy, geothermal energy, energy from biomass. So we will talk about little bit about First, we will talk about the comparison of conventional and non-conventional sources. Then we will talk about little detail all these sources. So, conventional energy uses are practiced for a long time, but non-conventional sources of energy are not used frequently and in large scale. Their use are more recent. Except hydropower, the regeneration of other conventional energy produces air pollution and causes environmental threats, but not so in case of non-conventional energy. Except hydropower, the conventional energy is costly, but non-conventional energy is cheaper. Except hydropower, conventional energies are non-renewable, but there is no anxiety for exhaustion in non-conventional energy. Non-conventional energy is considered the energy of the future. Considering the benefit of non-conventional energy, many countries have started producing this energy in large scale. Now we will talk about little bit detail about different non-conventional sources of energy. First, we will take solar energy. This is energy. This is energy received from sun. Is very important. It is widespread in nature, is non-polluting and available free of cost. Solar energy is now harnessed through solar panels directly, which heat from homes by solar radiations, solar photovoltaic cells used in solar TVs, and solar thermal energy is used for cooking food in solar cooker. Solar energy is also used in industries too. Next energy is wind energy. We know wind has a power to propel the blades of wind turbines. These turbines causes the rotation of magnets, which creates electricity. Wind energy has been traditionally used to lift water for domestic purposes and irrigation of fields. Kinetic energy of wind is converted into electrical energy and used. Windmill is a mill that converts energy of wind into rotational energy by means of vanes called sails or blades. Next energy is hydropower or tidal energy. Many dams have been built on rivers to store water at a height, and then potential energy of the stored mass of water is converted to kinetic energy by letting the massive water flow over turbines. So we can say electrical energy is obtained converting potential energy of the mass of water. It is very widely used, accounting for 16% of the global electricity generation. The cost of hydroelectricity is relatively low, making it a comparative source of renewable electricity. It produces no direct waste and has lower output level of carbon dioxide. Next is tidal energy. Is the energy of ocean or sea waves which derive energy from wind, which in turn is driven by solar energy. Tidal energy can be transformed into electrical energy. Next is geothermal energy. Geothermal power is a heat energy or thermal energy present in the earth crust. The heat is in the uppermost part of the earth is readily accessible and can be used to generate electricity. It is cost effective, reliable and environmental friendly too. Next energy is energy from biomass. Biomass is a plant matter produced as a result of photosynthesis. Some of it can be burnt to provide heat, for example wood and agricultural waste. It can also be used for power generation or converted into alcohol to be used as fuel. Since these are obtained from plant material, so it is called as biofuels. Biomass is a renewable energy and shall be available as long as plant grow on earth. For supplying fuel wood, fast growing trees like oil palm, jatropha are planted. This is a biogas plant. How does it work? So we know another biomass as a fuel is to collect agricultural waste, crop residue and animal manure and convert it by bacteria into biofuels such as biogas, and this is biogas digester is a large vessel in which organic waste includes plants and animal waste, are made to undergo bacterial fermentation and produce biogas, which can be used for heating and cooking. Biogas is a mixture of methane and carbon dioxide. Methane can be obtained by anaerobic digestion of manure and sludge of sewage treatment units by means of anaerobic bacteria. Now next is bioethanol, is a alcohol made by fermentation, mostly from the carbohydrate produced in sugar or starch crops like corn or sugarcane. It can also be made from beetroot by fermentation and distillation. Ethanol can be used as a fuel for vehicles in its pure form. Pure ethanol may be used and there is no need to change the engine for using ethanol in place of petrol. Now, the most recent research is biodiesel, and this is also obtained from the vegetable oils and animal fat. Biodiesel can be used as a fuel for vehicles in its pure form, but it is usually used as a diesel additive to reduce levels of carbon monoxide from diesel powered vehicle. In India, there are some oil yielding trees which can give biodiesel. These plant species are Ratanjot or Jatropha curcus, Nagchampa or Calophyllum phyllum, Ionophyllum, rubber seed or Hevia brazilensis. Biodiesel cannot contain any petroleum, but it substitutes for petroleum in some conventional engine, in the same conventional engine. Next type is nuclear power. Nuclear energy is the use of exothermic nuclear processes to generate useful heat and energy. This includes nuclear fission, nuclear decay and nuclear fusion. Presently, nuclear fission produces majority of nuclear energy. So, we have limited resources available on earth and our demand are continuously increasing day by day. So, we have to conserve energy and improve energy efficiency, which is discussed right now. So, how do we can find energy efficiency at home? Don't waste electricity, switch off light and fans when not in use, minimize use by sharing common workplace, use for fuel efficient hearth for cooking, cut only dry branches of trees for burning, use the gas at simmer level, it saves cooking gas and make cooked item healthier and tastier. Keep material ready for cooking before lighting the gas so that it does not burn unnecessarily. Use solar cookers for heating and cooking. At workplace, use carpool or share the transport vehicle. Switch off lights and fans when not in use. Does not matter if somebody else is paying bills. It is not about saving money so much as it is about saving power. Computer to be switched off when not in use. In transport, to use public transport system as much as possible instead of using personal vehicle. Car speed should be maintained as far as possible, 50 to 60 km per hour. Wanted driving at lower speed. Take care to check and mend leak of the fuel tanks and exhaust of vehicles. Turning off a vehicle engine at stops rather than idling. Indian board densely populated and highly solar insolation power, providing an ideal combination for using solar power in India. So, Government of India also promoted solar energy. Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, MNRE, have initiated schemes and incentives like subsidy, easy loan, concessional duty on raw material imports, excise duty exemption on certain devices and systems to encourage use of solar energy system. The Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency provides financial help for the purchase of photovoltaic systems. State of West Bengal has initiated to make the use of solar power mandatory in new multi-storied buildings. Many governments take also state governments also take it initiative. Rajasthan government has set a 35,000 kilometer square area of the Thar desert for solar power. Rural electrification can be done for about 2,700 villages by using solar photovoltaic system. And foreign government also train our engineers as a part of Asia Pacific Partnership on Clean Development and Environment and Climate. Many programs have been designed under this for rural solar energy uses. In the agriculture sector, solar PV water pumping systems are used for irrigation and drinking solar water. Solar dryers are used to dry harvest before storage. Solar cookers, solar energy used for supply of hot water in hospitals, hotels and large kitchens have solved the problem of electricity to some extent and if needed to be extended. There are promotion for using CFL and LED bulbs. CFL bulbs is an essential, mercury is an essential element in the operation of fluorescent lighting. It allows the bulbs to be an efficient light source. CFL use has less electricity than traditional light bulbs and having long lifespan. CFLs contain very small amount of mercury, an average of 4 milligrams in each bulb. No mercury is released when bulbs are intact or in use. However, it is important to be careful in the disposal of these products. Most people have started using CFL at home to cut down their electricity bill. Their low energy use can save considerable money also. Government offices and institutions have replaced traditional lights bulb with CFL. Use of LED bulbs emits white light, uses less energy as compared to CFL bulb for producing same amount of light. LED bulb is environmentally friendly and it does not have mercury. However, LED is more costly than CFL bulb, but it is being compensated for long life. Using of star rating of electrical equipments. Bureau of Energy Efficiency is an energy of the Government of India created in March 2002 under the provision of Energy Conservation Act. This energy's function is to develop program which will increase the conservation and efficient use of energy in India. Government has proposed to make it mandatory for appliances in India to have rating by the BE starting in January 2010. The BE star energy efficiency labels have been created to standardize energy efficiency ratings of different electrical appliances and indicate energy consumption under standard test conditions. Labels indicates the energy efficiency labels through the number of star highlighted in color on the label. Star rating system ranges from 1 star to 5 stars. Refrigerator, air conditioner, washing machine, lighting systems will bear the stars labels to indicate their energy efficiency. Transport of energy. Transport sector is the fastest growing sector of growing sources of greenhouse gases. Of the total greenhouse gas emission from transport, over 85% are due to carbon dioxide emission from road transport vehicle. Reducing energy waste required improving energy efficiency by using less energy to do more useful work. The best way to save energy in transportation is to increase the fuel efficiency of motor vehicles. Fuel efficient vehicles powered by hybrid gas electric engines and electric vehicles powered by fuel cells running on hydrogen are being developed. Reva is a small electric car developed by in our country. Use of small size car instead of big cars and using two wheelers can go a long way is saving energy. Large reduction in energy cost can be done by using vehicle with efficient energy that reduces consumption of petrol, or preferably that use renewable sources throughout its working life. Using biofuel instead of petroleum fuel is a new field. So this is all about water and energy conservation. while discussing this topic today. We will come again to meet you in a new program of environmental science. Till then, goodbye and thank you.